Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, and with a... I'm sorry, I shouldn't even cut the camera on, me still chewing, but, welcome back to the channel. I'm in to do Empire. Before I begin, I want to say something. As you all know, my son and I just did a video about his experience and what led up to him getting in the trouble that he was in. On that video, he stated he was facing 12 counts with 12 years each count, which would have been a total of 144 years. He did not say that part. What he said was I would have had to do 24 years before I came up for parole. And that's not to say that he would make it. That's just to say that that's what he was facing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure that everybody can appreciate the fact that he was willing to share his story. The purpose of him sharing his story was to encourage someone who may be headed down that same road that he traveled to do better. I do believe in the video he stated that he was very grateful to God, me, and all of you who are truly Lady Nika love things, for standing with him, praying for him during his incarceration, okay? I don't know what the purpose of stating how many years he had, doing the math when he already had told you what he would almost had to do had he not had a damn good lawyer that his mama, who busts her ass every day, could afford to get for him so that he could be out. He already know the math on that. We all know that it's only by the grace of God and some Olivia Pope type of lawyers that he's home today. He realizes that God brought him home. God worked within each and every one of those lawyers to bring my child back home. It was never meant for him to go and do that time, because if it was written in, if that was a part of his life story, then he would not be home today. I ask that on this channel we reserve our judgments. I don't care what you say about these celebrities, because I'm going to say something in every damn thing myself. But when we're talking about real life situations with real life people, I ask all the time that you come to my channel and not be judgmental or trying to remind him. You don't have to remind him. Less than 48 hours ago, he was an inmate and now he is free. He knows where he's been, and he also has an idea of where he's going. And I ask that, there be no judgments on him or people trying to remind him. If you do recall in that video, I said to him, I will never throw up what you did. I will never, you remember it on your own. I ain't got to remind you, but I said you will always remember this, and this will be the moment in your life that you will remember that will take you into the next chapter of your life. He's 18 years old, so he has a lot of chance and a lot of time to redeem himself. So, again, I ask this, you people who are watching it, if you really not into me, but you like coming over here and seeing what I'm talking about, so I can get that 1 thumbs down or whatever, that or 2 thumbs down that I get every video, no matter what I'm talking about, that's fine. I don't have no problem with it. But what I ask is that you show some respect when I ask you to do something over here. And if you don't like me, what the fuck are you watching me for? Because that comment upset him. It did. And if you could tell by the look in my face, it upset me, because I'm a mother who's very protective of her children. I will cut your ass deep with my words if you fuck with my child. Understand that this was a defining moment in his life that is going to catapult him into the next level. I don't need nobody over here trying to say some hateful things to try to upset his spirit, because I don't need you and your fake ass, your fake ass proclaims to like me, and I don't need you trying to say stuff that's already been said to him. Again, ain't nobody gonna get on this channel and tried to comfort him about what he did, because each and every one of you have done something in your life that you should be grateful God forgave your ass for. Okay? I be trying to keep it cool, and I can take people coming for me because I'm an adult. But when you sit up and try to come for a 18-year-old kid fresh out the system, who wants to inspire other people not to go down the road that he went down, it says a lot about your character. Now, I don't know if you intended to do this, but I will say to you, I'm going to ask you, if you're not cool with me or you don't really care for me that much, you can unsubscribe to this channel right here, right now, this moment. Because if you're not a supporter, you're not going to come over here and cause no discord over here. You're not going to bring no bad vibrations, and keep your fucking opinion to your damn self if it's not a positive one. If you want to come for a person, come for me. I'm the bitch you probably don't like, not him. So walk light, because I am a lioness when it comes to my cubs, and I will cut you deep with my words. Do not fucking play with me, and do not be deceived by this kindness that I exude every day. There's a bitch that lives inside of me, and she don't fucking mind, and I travel and take it how you want to. That's all the fuck I'm gonna say about that. Don't fuck with my eggs. I done told you, baby, I will read the eyes out your head and send you to the afterlife and bring your ass back and read you right back over there. Don't fuck with my child. If you can't encourage him, keep your fucking opinions to yourself. You worry about yours, I'm going to worry about mine. Over here, we inspire, uplift, and encourage. We don't need no motherfucking reminders of what we done did in the past, because we already know what we did. We know who brought us through, and we good over here. He ain't one for a damn thing at this time, okay? So, with that being said, I'm sorry I had to spend 7 minutes, but y'all know I don't play by my fucking kids, and it was a comment that really affected him, and when you fuck with him, you fucking with me. Now, if it was a mistake on your part and you didn't realize that you did it, then now you know that I'll come out of a fucking bag real quick. You ain't gotta apologize. You ain't gotta say shit. You can just unsubscribe. I don't even give a fuck at this point, because people like you are the reason why people can't never get past their past. They can't never get away from their past, because people like you want to have something to say. Girl, you ain't ready. Anyway, we start this episode off with seeing the kidnappers pulling up at the warehouse where they will be having Hakeem. Okay, then we gonna switch over to a scene, child, where Becky is proving big girls, big girls do it too. Big girls need love, they receive love, and child, I was here for it. I was glad that they finally gave Becky a scene where it's like, most of the times on this show, it seemed like they always trying to make her look bad. Well, in this moment, I felt like that was normal. I mean, it's no different than seeing Cookie getting her box banged out. Only thing different is she's a bigger size girl, and just because a woman is big don't mean she ain't flexible. Did you see her working them legs? All right. And he didn't want her to leave, honey. He told her, honey, he ain't really want her to leave. He ain't want her to go nowhere. She wasn't going to move unless she was moving with Big Papa. Well, J Papa. And so, then we go to Cookie, and she with the dream team. That's what I call the Spanish girls. And they over there waiting. Well, she's trying to reach Hakeem because they are rehearsing, right? And the girls are pretty much like, we got down our part, but we need Hakeem. So Cookie study trying to get hold to him. Meanwhile, while she's on that phone trying to get hold of Hakeem, you see Portia telling the girls that they need to stay off their phone so much and learn about their history, because they were oblivious to who Gladys Knight and the Pips was. And I was like, shit, if you're trying to be in the entertainment business, wouldn't you want to know all the legends, baby? Gladys Knight and the Pips is a legend. You mean tell me your mama, grandmama, auntie, uncle, somebody, next door neighbor ain't never told you about that midnight train to Georgia? Shit, Gladys said she leaving, honey, on that midnight train to Georgia. Do you hear me? Yes. All right. Well, Cookie get off that phone because she can't reach him, right? So she well, let me see what y'all done got together so far. So they decided to go ahead and show her. And Portia asked her, can I do Hakeem part? Because I can spit a little bit. And y'all know that I'm a very fair-minded person. At least I try to be. You know, sometimes I can be checked. I can be. I ain't perfect, child. I fall short too. But, you know, I try to stay fair. But just like I can call out the faults of my, you know, just like I can call out the faults of the people that I don't really care for on the show, I also can call out the faults on the people I do like, and I do like the character Cookie, but I don't like how they portray her to talk to Portia like she's less than. Now I understand Portia pissed her off by having her arrested by Miss D.A. Federale bitch back in the Gap. You know, I understand that was, you know, Portia shouldn't have did that, and of course she should have paid for that. Cookie could have cussed her ass out real good and left it alone, but to keep being mean to her like that and to always remind her how she, you know, she could fire her and stuff, I don't feel like that's necessary, because if you think back to season 1, yes, Portia did fuck up season 2 and did get Cookie in a little shit, but here's the thing. Season 1, Anika tried to infiltrate her. She tried to use Portia to bring Cookie down because she didn't want Cookie around because she was still loving on Lucius dick at that time, okay? And Portia stayed true to her, proving that she is ride or die. So I don't understand why she treat her like that, and I'm not really liking that side of Cookie when she does that, because if anybody you should be talking crazy to, it should not be her. She has proven herself. Yes, she made a lax in judgment once, and she did some silly shit, some silly misdemeanor shit. But you talk to her like she less than, and if you don't want to have your past thrown up, which we've seen, you don't like to recall them. That DA bitch had you PTSD in your ass like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So if I just don't like that. I think they should work on, you know, making Cookie not treat her like that, because Portia has proven that she's loyal. However, if it continues, I see a shift in the atmosphere. Now, y'all mark my words. I said it first here on Lady Nika's channel. If she don't stop talking to that girl crazy, it's going to be a shift in the motherfucking atmosphere. Where she receives this video text message, and it's a picture of Hakeem, and we see him gagged, you know, got some tape over his mouth, and he real sweaty like he been fucked up, right? And Cookie automatically assumes that is a hoax that Lucius is doing, because we all know that Lucius want Hakeem to come back to the Empire. So she leave out of there saying that it ain't real, right? So let's go on over to the Empire Studios, and we got Jamal and Lucius working on this sad ass song. And child, I'm gonna tell you something. I was so here, and I was so connected with Jamal vocals and his songs he sung last season. But this season, he coming with some pretty whack shit. I don't know if it's that last season we were all so into, you know, what he had going on or not. I don't know if that was it. But this season, it seemed like he ain't hitting it with them songs. I'm not connecting with his music like I did before. I told y'all season 1, a bitch went down there to the Amazon Prime and bought this shit. This season, this particular song I've heard him sing here. Now, I liked it. It ain't about the money. It's about the power. That was good with him and Hakeem. But this sad ass song he was singing, child, wouldn't even buy a bootleg from somebody's mama. I would not do it. And I ain't here for Jamal with this season in the music thing. Well, he can't really focus any damn way, because he's trying to book the Staples Center and they haven't hit him back. Plus, he's upset about, you know, Michael's infidelity. And he tried to have a conversation with Lucius, but we all know Lucius is very homophobic. He don't want to hear nothing about the gays, child. He is not here for the gays. I don't know how you can feel like that, and that's your son, but okay. He telling him what he always do, which is channel it into the music, okay? Well, as they get ready to go back to doing the music, he also told him that the Staples Center was going to call him, just go back to rehearsing. So they start going back to rehearsal, child, and in comes Cookie going out because she think he sent her that video text of Hakeem like that. And immediately Lucius say he ain't do it, and you could tell he was serious. He knew exactly what was going on. He told Cookie to come with him. Well, Jamal wanted to go as well, but he told Jamal, no, you stay here and rehearse, because the last thing I need is somebody trying to snatch you. You could possibly be next, you know. So then we're going to go over to the warehouse where they got Hakeem held up at, right? And you see these, essays, they taking their shirts off and burn them and stuff. And I'm assuming they doing that because they don't want to know, somebody could have seen them. So if they burn the clothes, change clothes, whatever. Well, Hakeem had this damn bag over his face, but some kind of way he done managed to get the bag off his damn face, child. And instead of him just being quiet and peeping the scene, he already had peeped the scene that each one of their backs displayed a Texas Longhorn tattoo. But he wants to get up and try to be Mr. Billy Badass against them three men, talking about, I'm Hakeem Lion. Child, they gave him what we call in the hood a one-hitter quitter, okay? They laid him what we would like to call the fuck out. Real quick, honey. Laid his ass out. So next, we see Cook and Lucius at this drop-off point, and they discussing what happened. And Cook can say, Lucius tell her that's a snatch and grab. And she kind of scared because she said most time in a snatch and grab, they don't, person don't live, you know what I'm saying? Well, he's saying regardless, they gonna let him go because all they asking is for $40,000. He tell her that she new to the block, and regardless of whether they working together or in their separate situations, meaning separate music companies, people still know that she is his baby mama and that Hakeem is his son. So they gonna try to extort money. And at that moment, Cookie's phone rung, and it's the kidnapper, and she telling them that they got the money and they at the the drop off point. Well, Lucius takes the phone and he asks them, yeah, we got the money, but I need to see some proof of life. So they show him a video proving that Hakeem is alive, okay? So next we see Andre. He's in a meeting with the artists and A&R people of the new label, the revived label Gutter Life. And he's saying he wants to get to know each and every one of the artists better. And he asking Becky to set up some meetings with each member to see if they are up to standards, because if not, they'll be cut from the roster, okay? Becky not really feeling working with Andre, and that is evident. He kind of got cute with her during the meeting. He gonna ask her what is the core values of being on that label, and she goes to reciting it to him, and he told her you don't have to recite the entire intern manual, and she gave him a look of motherfucker. Okay, see, I better get on back over here with Lucius, because I'm gonna be done fuck this bitch up. This holier than thou bitch done pissed me off. Well, child, next thing we know, back at the drop off point, here come this van. The van arrives, and Lucius telling Cookie to just be cool. Well, of course, a mother. She ain't, all she wants is her child. She run to that van, child, and open up that van and see that Hakeem not in there. She started telling Lucius she ain't in there. Child, this thing we know Cookie got that stiletto heel around his throat, and they asking the man questions. Dudes say that some guys paid him $1,000 to drop this guy off at this particular point, but the dude didn't want to get dropped off there. He asked him to let him out, and so he just did. And they asked him, so you just let him, you just let him get out? And he was like, yeah. And he said, well, what did the dudes that paid you look like? Well, he act like he really didn't know. Well, child, this thing we know, shit, they whoop his ass real quick, okay? But child, now we wondering where the hell Hakeem is, right? Child, we see Anika is coming back from, I guess, exercise, and she all teary-eyed and swole, child, on the phone with her mama talking about she has no one. And next thing you know, as she get to her front door, getting ready to open up her little townhouse, honey, in comes Hakeem, and they just start making out. And she was accepting of it. Wasn't nothing wrong with it. Okay, see, bitch, that's why you ain't got nobody. But they made that. Now, back at Lucius, Hakeem has arrived, right? I guess he done banged Anika box. He feeling better about life, so he back over there. And he don't want to be looked at by this doctor that Lucius has brought there. Anika started calling him, and Cookie wondering why Anika blowing up his phone, but he ain't paying her no mind. And Lucius done told him, take your ass in there and let the man check you out. So he going in there, ignoring his mama asking why is the good calling. And as the doctor's getting ready to close the door, she notices that he got scratches, and it looked like he had the same tattoo the kidnappers had on him. I don't know if that was the same tattoo. Y'all let me know down in the comments, because I couldn't tell if it was the same tattoo or they just had whooped his ass real bad. Okay, well, after he checked him out, because basically they really wanted to see if he had any internal injuries or had he been touched. But the doctor come back and say that the only thing that, he could see is maybe Hakeem would probably need a couple of stitches over that eye, but he refused, but he seems to be okay. Next thing you know, baby, Hakeem get to blaming Cookie and Lucius, say that if he wasn't their son, he would have never got kidnapped. Baby, Lucius was ready to tear into that ass, but Cookie told him, no, don't do it, and Andre telling him to just calm down, right? Well, Jamal informs Lucius that the Staples Center turned down him being, him coming to their center and doing a concert, because they said that, basically he being branded as a gay artist, okay, and they don't feel that he can fill the stadium, okay? Well, he said that he's an artist, but he's an artist and he gay. He's not a gay artist, and he don't like the fact that Empire is branding him as a gay artist, okay? He wants to really fire the entire marketing department, but again, Lucius tells him to channel hit the energies in the music. So he starts singing again, and in comes this guy named Jameson, and Lucius is pissed from the jump. Apparently, as we find out, Jamal has contacted this man because this man want to work with him. Apparently, at one time when Lucius had left Borelli, he was going to work with this man, but when he found out he was gay, he didn't want to have nothing to do with it. And Jamal pretty much know that, yeah, that probably did happen like that, because my dad homophobic like a motherfucker. He just started talking to me this season. Probably this season. In the last season, one of them shit, I don't know. Well, child of man saying that Lucius saying the dude ain't in the business no more. All he do is throw big parties. And the dude say, yeah, I do throw big parties. I throw big wealthy parties to support the LGBT community, and I would love to work with Jamal. And Lucius and the man kind of passed some word, but Jamal like, look, I ain't here for this. I'm just trying to get my shit out. I don't want to do all this here right here between the two of y'all. So Jameson is gonna wind up working with Jamal, okay? Well, the girl group rehearsing, and Hakeem is trying to get in the groove of things, but y'all, he keep hearing voices, and he ain't himself. So when he can't get his mojo, he gets pissed off and start telling them that ain't the song he wrote. And the girls is trying to explain to him, this is the song you wrote. It's playing a little faster. We can slow it down if you need us to. But this is what we wrote. And he insisting that he did not write that. He said, how you think you're going to be ready with voices sounding like static? And at this point, I'm thinking he either been touched or drugged, child, because someone right. Well, next we see Andre interviewing the different artists that he didn't have Becky set him up with, right? And he asking them all kinds of questions and getting answers, all kinds of crazy ass answers. We see him talking to Frida, and basically she just popping gum and looking at him like, shit, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, right? Well, next we see him talking to Jay Popper. That's the dude Becky was fucking on the balcony when the show opened up. And he asking him what that J stand for in his name. He assuming that it may be some kind of like street slang or some shit like that. Well, boy lets him know, no, it's short for Joe. I am the grandson of a pastor, and I call myself J Papa because I'm named after my granddad, and the Papa part is to show respect for my grandfather who helped me through a lot of my difficult times growing up and not go down the wrong road. And so Andre, of course, his spider senses is straight up by now, child, because he thinking that he finna get ready to turn this boy into gospel singer or gospel rapper or something like that. He goes and recites a verse in the book of Job. And because Job, of course, was raised in the church by his grandfather that's a pastor, he was able to tell him chapter and verse. And Andre telling this boy that he needs to somehow intertwine those scriptures into his raps and stuff. And y'all, look, I'm here for gospel rap when it's right, when it sound right. But this shit called Good Life. Are you kidding me right now? Child, anyway. Andre likes it, child. He like him because of his religious, background, so they shake hand, okay? Well, Cookie and Lucius talking because she concerned about Hakeem and how he been acting. And he tell her that he needs to be at Empire where he's safe. Well, she assumes that he wanted both of them back. He tell her, girl, I don't want you back, I want him. You know, whether you like it or not, men like me protect people like you. And with him not being under my wing, I can't protect him. So she like, well, you just really gonna because he won't come back to Empire, you just gonna let that happen to him again? You just gonna let stuff like that happen? And so she said, she called him a buster. She said, you ain't no boss, you a buster. And she invites him to kiss her ass, child. And then she took the man wine and left. Well, next we see Hakeem trying to rehearse the song. And again, he hearing all of these voices in his head, and he flashing back to, when they whooped his ass and shit. And he called Cookie, he telling her about it, and she telling him to calm down because she was in a meeting right then with a possible security firm. Next we see sitting next to her, she talking to Delgado fine ass from CSI Miami, and I Can Do Bad all by myself, or whatever the fuck that was. And he suggests that she hire the people that kidnapped Hakeem to be her security people. Well, Cookie thinking he crazy than a motherfucker. And he explained that he was once a cop 15 years ago. And during his tenure, he saw quite a few of these snatch and grabs with different rappers and stuff. And he said that they had went into this, they investigated this shit to the T. And right when they was ready to, kind of come down on somebody, everything just stopped because the industry people hired those people. He said record labels would hire them, put them on the payroll. So that's why he telling her she should do it. He said, oh, you need to hire some ex-cops. And she was like, I don't fuck with cops. Then she remembered the man just told her he was an ex-cop. She apologized. And next thing we know, they sharing a kiss because he's saying that if anybody come on her turf, he gonna protect her. And she say he kissed her 2 times. And then bitch say she gonna set up a meeting with the kidnapper's child. So next we see Jamal and Cookie. They kind of talking, mending fences, but Hakeem is the main concern because he's still not feeling himself, and they worried, right? Well, we see Hakeem and Cookie meeting up with the kidnappers, and as soon as they get in there, why in the fuck did this motherfucker pull a gun out? Now, child, he up in there pulling the gun, talking about who's a bitch now. Cookie telling him to lower the gun, and she tell him there's no good that's gonna come out there there ain't no good solution gonna come out of this if you fuck around and shoot one of these people. And she told him, if you pull that trigger, you're gonna force me to have to stand in front of it because I'd rather die before I go without being with you again. She broke down and everything, child, had me real convinced. Well, child, he went to lower that gun. Cookie grabbed that gun because she hood smart. She know these motherfuckers behind her is trying, one of them at least gonna be trying to get a gun. And they will turn around, put that gun in that motherfucker face and told him, she say, if you come near my family again, you won't even hear the knock at the door. Do we have an understanding here? She called him bitch, I believe, and shit. Homeboy said, yeah, but the price done went up, bitch. I got to be going through that. Well, child, we go to the showcase of Good of Life, and J Papa is doing his thing, child. Everybody jamming it, and it sound good. And we see Beck and Jamal, and they talking. He's saying that J Papa sounding real good. He got the crowd hyped up, which he did. And he goes to asking her about how is that wand that she's getting from him. And Becky like, you so nasty, but she tell him shit, that shit good, you know what I'm saying, have a bitch legs and body tied, you know what I'm saying. And I like seeing that because it's in scenes like this you can really tell that that's authentic. They really do have a friendship. What they talking about is bullshit, but you can tell that there's a true friendship between the two of them. So I was here for that shit. Yes, I was. Well, they still jamming the music, and Andre and Jamal, because he walked off to go talk to Andre, and Andre getting on my motherfucking nerve talking about he gonna overlook it for now because he is aware that J Papa and Becky messing around. And Jamal basically telling him, look, that relationship ain't causing no conflict of interest, because Andre was trying to say it's a conflict of interest when you got A&R and an artist messing around. He told, man, do you know how many deals been sealed in bed? stall her out on that. She, let her have that. There ain't nothing, ain't nothing wrong with them doing what they doing. Cool the fuck out. Well, child, we go back to listening to him, and of course he still sounding good. Then, child, all of a sudden, she go left because he done put a Bible verse or scripture up in there. Now, Andre happy than a pumpkin boy's time. No offense, I'm just saying. He was happy as hell because, anything talking about the Lord make Andre feel happy, right? And Becky and Lucius looking like, what the hell? And Lucius asked him, are you making decisions based on religion or based on their business degree? And he say he making them based on his degree. But nobody liked that shit, Andre. Didn't nobody like that, honey. Well, next come Frida to the stage, and she doing her thing, And this guy started heckling her. Meanwhile, Lucius telling Andre Frida is not an option. I don't give a fuck who you get rid of on this label, but who you ain't gonna get rid of is her. Okay? Well, she tried to ignore the heckler and gone on about her business, but the man wouldn't stop. He kept fucking with her and shit. So, hey, baby, she gave him a jet lead to the fucking face and bounced. And Andre trying to say, see, she a liability. And Lucius disagrees. He telling Lucius she need to go. The stock ain't stable enough for a public company after your FBI situation for us to be able to take on somebody like that because she's a liability. And Lucius told him she ain't going nowhere. Well, Andre say, well, you put me in charge. And Lucius told him, no, I didn't. I did not put you in charge. I put you in place. And Frida ain't going no damn where, and left him with that. Well, at the Lion Dynasty, they about to premiere the girl group, and of course, Cookie Prep talking to girls, and Hakeem back there in the alley, still hearing these damn voices and tripping, and Lucius rolls up and offers him a song that he say he created especially for him. It's about him. Well, of course, Hakeem ain't here for that shit. He told Lucius that he wasn't interested. And Lucius said, look, I'm just trying to help you out. I'm giving you I created this for you. It's about you. And it ain't no strings attached. And baby Hakeem told him with him it's always strings attached. All the way up around your neck to where you be drowning and about dead. And he walked off. Well, baby Lucius say, I'm tired of this ornery motherfucker. He go up in there behind him, baby. And Lucius walks up in that motherfucker and put everybody up out of there except Cookie. And he going to fuck on Hakeem told him, you couldn't turn your back on me again and I'm going to break that motherfucker for you. Well, she telling him that ain't the way to get through to him. At that moment, Andre and Jamal come in there and put Cookie and Lucius' ass out because they say they want to try to talk to their brothers on their own. And obviously neither one of them is getting through. So they leave out the room, child, and next thing we know, Hakeem saying that he didn't do nothing when them dudes hemmed him up. Well, they pep talking. They basically tell him, you did the smart thing. You don't know what you was facing, what you was supposed to do. You follow the rules, honey, when you need to. We know you about that life. And they kind of got him back on track, child. He was all right and, shit, whatever. Well, he get out there on that damn stage, child. And he started to freeze up again. He could not get with it. But Miss Spanish Fly got in his face and attracted his attention. And next thing we know, baby, Hakeem, when I tell you, I ain't no big rap person, but I'm going to tell you something. Hakeem did that damn thing, y'all. He did that damn thing. That Spanish Fly got his mind together, and that motherfucker flowed the fuck out that song. And I was here for all of it. I loved that part of that, and I was grateful for it. Now, Lucius wasn't too damn happy because when he seen Hakeem struggling, he was kind of happy. But when that girl snapped him out of this shit, he was mad. Well, child, let's go on over to Hakeem's house because they having a small celebration because the performance went well, right? And next we got old Knock at the Door, and it's Anika, child. And he opened that door and seen Anika, and she talking like, I've been trying to call you, to see how you doing and stuff. And he was telling her basically, yeah, I know you've been calling, I've been really busy. And he tell her, well, she said, well, I just want to make sure you're okay. Basically, she peeping the scene, and she see Spanish Fly, and Spanish Fly see her too. But he tell her now it's not a good time, child. And she was like, well, okay, I just came to check on you. And that motherfucker closed that door in her face, baby. And she tried to hold that face together, but soon as that door closed, her face was cracked. She was all up in her motherfucking feelings. That's what you get, bitch. You want fucking respect. You gotta give respect in order to get it. You ain't gonna get it like that. You fucking daddy. You done, well, you used to fuck daddy. You done fuck the damn, Hakeem, and you fucked little Snow White that time. And nobody's dealing with you. Child, I hate to see poor Anika go through it, but then again, Anika brings shit on herself. So next we see Frida. She walking in the neighborhood, and Lucius is out there waiting on her. And basically, she think he done dropped her from the label. She say that she can understand if he did. Well, he told her, he say, you know what? I got 3 sons, and I can't identify with them as much as I identify with you. You and I, we share a likeness, you know. We from these streets and stuff. And he tell her he got a song he want her to listen to. Now we get in this car and we hear this song, that boom, boom, bang, bang, the same song that he tried to give to Hakeem and told him he specially made that for him. He giving her that same goddamn story. And she listening to it, and you know, he did a little piece of mediocre rap to it, but baby, when he got through and she did it, baby, when I tell you, like I said, that bitch flew. That bitch was flowing on that song. I was here for that, baby. She killed it out the box, okay? Well, child, they have a kumbaya moment. She ain't going nowhere. It don't matter what the fuck Andre say, because Andre is not in charge. He just in place. So let's go over to Cookie, and she knocking that Delgado door time. I saw we gonna do this or not. And child, they get to getting into it, okay? They get to get, I mean, just like they finna just get with the motherfucking program, child. So he taking her clothes off, and baby, he go to take his shirt off, and what do we see? We see the same tattoo on his back that those kidnappers have, meaning that he's affiliated with this bullshit some kind of way. Didn't I tell you, Cookie a cool bitch, and she got some tough ass one-liners, but she not very good when it comes to matters of the heart. She too quick and too eager to want love. I guess that's because of how Lucius did her, but we gonna see next week. He gonna be talking about getting money from me and every damn thing else. But y'all, this video has gone 36 minutes and 20 some seconds. I apologize for the length of it. But had I not had to, you know, get church announcements out the way, it probably wouldn't have been this long. But I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. And in the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys back down here for the next video. American Horror Story. Peace.